What's up everyone? Alex here. With so many previews and articles talking about the various gameplay systems you'll get to play around with in One Piece Odyssey, the biggest, most important thing that you'll probably want to know next is who the heck are the Straw Hats? And after learning that the anime has been going on for more than 1,000 episodes already, 1,045 by the time this script was written, the thought of getting caught up before the game gets released is an impossibility. Fortunately, you're watching someone who is currently caught up on One Piece, and in this video, I'm going to introduce you to the Straw Hat crew. As with many stories, nothing beats experiencing the story of One Piece for yourself, so I will be doing my very best to only mention very minor spoilers, only when it'll be pertinent to your experience of One Piece Odyssey. These spoilers will be out of context, of course, so you'll still be able to enjoy the manga and the anime whenever you feel up to it. My goal here is to provide you with enough context of the crew so that when you jump into One Piece Odyssey, you'll have a really good idea of who each character is and what their motivations are. This is an extremely challenging thing to do given that these characters mean so much to people, and the pressure is on for me to get this right. So please let me know how I did in the comments below. Kicking things off is the very first Straw Hat crew member you'll meet in the show. Monkey D. Luffy, or Luffy to his friends, is the leader of the Straw Hats crew. He aspires to be the king of the pirates, and in order to do this, he set out on a journey to discover the legendary treasure, One Piece. Luffy also ate the Gum Gum Devil Fruit. And before I explain what that does, I should point out that anyone that's eaten a devil fruit have one universal weakness, which is that they are rendered powerless whenever they're soaked in standing water, like oceans, seas, lakes, and rivers. Going back to Luffy's Gum Gum powers, those powers allow him to stretch parts of his body, and it also makes him impervious to bullets and cannonballs. Luffy is known to be fiercely loyal to his friends and family, and he absolutely loves his brother Ace, who incidentally ate the Flame Fruit. Luffy can seem generally aloof and carefree, but he is very singularly minded, and surprisingly, goal-oriented as well. And because his powers take up a lot of energy, he tends to eat a ton of food, which of course his favorite food is meat. Roronoa Zoro, or Zoro for short, is Luffy's right-hand man. At least that's what I consider him as. Zoro wants to be the strongest swordsman in the world, and what'll probably surprise you is that he is not a devil fruit user. He has a habit of constantly challenging the toughest foes just because he wants to prove his strength. By the time we catch up with him in One Piece Odyssey, he's already sacrificed a fraction of his life in order to save his crew and, of course, become more powerful. But he does have one major weakness: his sense of direction. He's also often seen butting heads with Sanji, who you'll meet later, who he pejoratively calls curly eyebrows. Nami is the navigator of the Straw Hats, and like Zoro, she's also not a devil fruit user. Nami loves treasure and wants to be rich in berries, which makes treasure kind of like a huge weakness of hers. By the way, berries are the currency in One Piece. Her navigational awareness, when combined with manipulating various elemental attacks, makes her a formidable fighter. And when pushed, she can hold out on her own, though she's often seen running away from conflict with yet another Straw Hat crew member. And that is Usopp, who is the sniper of the Straw Hats. If you really think about it, because he runs away a lot, he can distance himself from enemies and utilize his sniping abilities. He is also not a devil fruit user. Usopp is also very engineering focused, and at one time served as the crew's shipwright. He has dreams of becoming a brave warrior of the sea, much like his father. Though Usopp may seem cowardly at first, he does have values that he'll defend until the bitter end. He's even butted heads with Luffy in one particular instance that had him kicked off the crew. But as you can see in One Piece Odyssey, everything's fine now. As mentioned, he's often seen freaking out with Nami, and who can blame them? The Straw Hat crew has faced incredible challenges and powerful pirates. and you'll get to see a healthy sampling of them in One Piece Odyssey. Next is Sanji, the resident chef of the Straw Hats. His goal is to find the rumored chef's paradise, all blue. Because he's a chef, he treats food in an almost reverential manner, and one thing that triggers him is when someone wastes food. He's also a formidable fighter, despite not being a devil fruit user, and he's extremely skilled with his feet. The reason being is that he believes his hands are only to be used for creating culinary delights. As mentioned, he has a rivalry with Zoro, calling him Mosshead as a pejorative nickname. His biggest weakness? Women. In fact, he refuses to attack female enemies and has gotten in trouble quite a few times for refusing to do so, which might be a problem if you faced female enemies in One Piece Odyssey. Tony Chopper, or Chopper for short, is the healer of the Straw Hat crew. His dream is to one day become a doctor capable of curing any disease. Chopper is a devil fruit user who ate the human fruit, which grants him the intelligence and speech of a human. This makes Chopper a half-human, half-reindeer, and much to Chopper's disapproval, many of the people who encounter him think he is some sort of raccoon. His devil fruit power also allows Chopper to communicate with other animals as well. Through the use of rumble balls, Chopper can transform and alter his appearance. These transformations allow him to hold the line alongside Nami and Usopp, though it's only very recently that he's shown how resilient he can be. And Chopper also likes being complimented very much. Nico Robin, or Robin for short, is the Straw Hat's resident archaeologist. Robin is also a devil fruit user who ate the flower fruit, which lets her grow multiple limbs. This makes Robin a powerful fighter, having been credited as sinking 6 warships prior to joining the Straw Hats. She's typically very easygoing and is often found reading books and expanding her knowledge. Though in the early days, there were times that she felt that she didn't deserve to live and kept these negative feelings close to her chest. Her dream is to find the Rio Poneglyph, which is thought to unravel the events of a lost century whose history has since been lost in time. This crazy character right here is Franky, who is the shipwright of the Straw Hats. Franky's dream is to build a ship that's capable of circumnavigating the world. And you might think that he's a devil fruit user, but he's actually not, though he has cybernetically enhanced his body in multiple ways. He also likes adding the word super in front of things he thinks are really cool. His engineering knowledge is unsurpassed, so you'll often see him building vehicles, mecha, and all sorts of cool weaponry for the rest of the crew. This rockin' skeleton here is Brook, who is the resident musician of the Straw Hats. And yeah, Brook is an animated skeleton because he's a devil fruit user. He ate the revive fruit, to be precise, which allowed him to return from the dead, in addition to giving him significant control over souls, including his own. His dream is to reunite with his old friend Laboon, who is a really cute whale who resides with his friend Crocus. And those, my friends, are the members of the Straw Hats crew that'll be featured in the upcoming One Piece Odyssey. The game is coming out on January 13th on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X and S, and PC. Now tell me, is there any crew member that struck your fancy or are curious in learning more about? Post your thoughts in the comments below and let's talk about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.